just a quick little video for today. Did the 4 seasons yesterday, and I can already see that the darkening of the green is starting to happen in this lawn, and it shows you how quick the iron gets into the system. A couple of things about that though. Obviously it's about 33 degrees today, so the weather is still quite nice and warm, hence the lawn is fairly active for this time of year, and I'm getting that nice reaction, and obviously my soil will accept the water and the nutrients quite easily because I'm doing the whole Lawnporn program with this, and I've got the Lawnporn top dress on there, which is a sand based, which is basically a sand, should I say, and it's all draining well, it's all, you know, fantastic, and mowing well, of course. From here, to make this even darker green, if I wanted to, I'm not sure I'm going to though, because I'm pretty happy with what it is. You can poke the bear a little bit. By poking the bear, I mean, what do you gain from poking the bear? You poke the bear because you want a reaction, basically, but you know, poking the bear could get you bit as well, which is something that you don't want. So one thing I could do is a little bit of stacking of apps on this lawn to just further enhance that color, and I'd be using a product like Green Light to do that, which is a nitrogen iron, and that iron will get more into the leaf and then produce that really dark, deep emerald green color. You know, look, I could also perhaps do a little amino soil soak. I'll speak about that in a second, but yeah, because there's iron in 4 seasons, you probably want to give it at least 2 days before lightly, you know, remember that we're poking the bear here, putting some Green Light on it just to dark deepen that green just that little bit more. But really there's not much further that you can really go with Tiff Tuff. Other varieties you might be able to get a bit darker green response out of it, being Tahoma 31 and Iron Cutter. Iron Cutter's definitely got a very dark green tinge to it, but you know, as we start going into the cooler seasons, the lawns will start dropping condition no matter what you do to them. But you know, I just want to get this looking great for Good Friday and the Easter weekend, which it is. And the cool thing about it is I've got it at 15 mil. I'm mowing once or twice a week as needed, probably twice a week still at the moment because there's still a fair bit of growth there. But honestly, it's a set and forget really. And the cool thing about autumn as well, and it's a bit hard to show it on camera of course, is that there's just that bit more moisture in the air, even though we haven't had rain here the whole year, and I'm not joking. We've probably had about 2 mils the whole year. It's been crazy. But the lawn just gets that little bit of plumpness to it because there's those dews in the morning. That helps, and yeah, it's just it starts getting cooler and there's less light around, so the lawn tends to get a bit more plump, especially that mid-autumn through to the end of autumn gets that real plump look before it starts losing that condition going into winter. Anyway, everything's running smoothly here now. You know, what I could do just to improve things, and I might just do it now, although it is a little bit warm, it's about 33 degrees, so it is poking the bear a little bit again. I could put some Amino Plus down. Now, Amino Plus is a product that's not a Lawnporn product, it's a New Turf product. It's part of the Folimax range. You can only get it through New Turf in 20 litre drums. I've got it, but I find using it from time to time really is beneficial. And the whole idea of the Amino Plus is that basically the plant produces amino acids as part of its growth process. So if those amino acids are already there, then it can use its energy to grow more quick and put its energy into other processes within the plant, i.e., you know, a bit more leaf growth, i.e. a bit more root growth, etc, etc, etc. It's one of these, you know.
And guess who forgot to charge their microphone gear? So it's cut out again here, but basically I go on about how the amino sometimes really pushes the growth and sometimes it doesn't do much. And then I'll say, let's get into the application, and that's what I'm doing right here. So yes, let's get our lawn on.
We're going to poke the bear a little bit with Amino Plus. I've got about 150 mils in there, and oh, it's got a terrible smell.
Smell it. Can I smell it?
You can smell it.
I'm gonna throw up after that.
Don't do that. So I've already got 4 litres of water in here. I've got my other 4 litres that I'm going to put in to wash it into the basket a bit. Good girl. We're going to go poke the bear, poke the green bear, or poke the green genie, so to speak, and pop this down, and we're going to do it as a soil soak, doing 20 minutes of water afterwards. Sorry, you're right,
I just burped. I was okay.
Oh, that's okay. Heidi, you make me laugh.
You make me laugh too.
We'll get this down and water it in. So the thing about poking the bear, so to speak, is that if you do any injury this time of the year, you're going to be stuck with it. So, you know, if you're chasing condition and stacking apps, just realise there's an element of risk. So one thing to lessen the risk of any burn or anything is to have a good agitation. So luckily with this BA pumps and sprayers GK75, and it's also on the new model that they've got for homeowners, the GK30 I think it is, that you can agitate your mix nicely for a couple of minutes before you put it down, and that way you're not in some area evening out your volume that you've got. Another thing you can put with that amino is 100 mils of moist, but I did that the other day, so don't need to do that again. My soil is well managed and accepting water, and yeah, there's no problems there. The thing that amino will do, and it's probably the reason I didn't make it a Lawnporn product, is when it gets in there, sometimes the lawn will just go whoosh, really overgrow really quickly, and it's hard to manage, hard to control, and if you don't keep on top of your mows, then you know it really becomes a jungle really quickly. Sometimes you put the amino down and you know not much happens and you can't really notice a change, so it's one of those things. So anyway, but the whoosh factor is why I didn't make this a Lawnporn product. Anyway, let's get this down nice and evenly and then water it in. Let's get your lawn on.
Yes, let's get your lawn on.
Yeah, it's looking really dark deep green, isn't it? It's doing really well. As soon as the water comes out, the birds are on it, getting a nice little shower. So it is still pretty warm here, but no, that's all part of the game. But that amino is really going to give that lawn just that little extra boost, and just help those little couple of areas that I've got near the sprinkler heads, which aren't really suited for this type of lawn, and I'll talk about that in another video. But they were pre-installed before I got here, so you know, I've just gone with the flow with those. But those two little spots there that just need to grow in, and they get covered by the shade this time of the day. You can't really see it because the clouds have now come over a bit and I'm getting wet here. So anyway, you know, just when it comes to poking the green genie, I'm going to call it now, poking the Green Genie is as soon as you poked it and you don't get the result that you want at this time of year, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle and undoing the damage that you've done. So when you're doing stacking apps or compressing apps or really pushing it with your applications just to force a result, you are, you know, poking the green bear, poking the Green Genie, so to speak. So just take it easy, take as much things as you can do to limit the risk, and you know, have a go and get your experience up and then see how you're going. I mean, I've had, you know, greenkeepers write into me saying, 400 mils of green light per 100 square meters, try 650, mate, because that's what they can go to. But that is, you know, really pushing the application, and a bit more than what the homeowner would push. And you know, obviously those guys have got a fair bit of experience with the product and they know what they're doing. But you know, you can experiment yourself and see what happens. But if your lawn gets little patches of black, don't come running. So, well, don't blame anybody but yourself for doing an over application. All right, I'll pump out this video today very quickly, and if you're liking the content, be sure to like, subscribe, do all that, and I'll do another one tomorrow, see how things are going, and I'll do another one on Good Friday and all over the weekend. I'm going to do a video a day just over this little Easter period, just to show you a little bit more what I do. We're spending Easter at home this year, so looking forward to that one. I've got a lot of work to do in the backyard actually, because the backyard's a bit scrappy. Alright, get your lawn on, see you in the next one. Bye.